Alright guys, Model Rocks 321 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are out for another launch video today. Go on and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. As you can see on the screen right now, that is the K30 Little Joe 2 from 1966. This is that restore project. And we're about to get this one flying first. As you know, I'm still flying scale, but I have a special rocket I'm gonna fly today, a boost glider, one of my favorite boost gliders. So we're gonna get this going right now. It's the K30 Little Joe 2 going on a C65, all restored. Let's check it out. We're going with the Little Joe 2. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the Little Joe 2 QTV version. 5-second delay. Parachute is tangled for right now. Uh-oh. That's not good. That is not good. Parachute tangled. Woo, hit the ground hard. First one of the day hit the ground. And we have damage of the Little Joe 2. Wow, parachute. Little damage here. Fin busted, engine hanging out. Oh, what's going on? Alright guys, as you just saw, the Little Joe 2 parachute tangled. I had a nice 24-inch plastic parachute in there and it just got tangled up. Not sure what happened, but it definitely got tangled. I checked everything, I repacked. All the wadding's gone, hit the ground. All right, here's the tower. Tower came off, got busted. So there's that, and a fin. A fin got busted, but it's still kind of hanging on. Oh, just fell off. The engine's kind of hanging out. But yeah, it's the first one for the day. Got ourselves a little crash of the 1966 K30. But everything's repairable. As you know, in rocketry, it's all repairable. So we're gonna pack this up and we're gonna get on to another flight. It's Model Rocks 321. Be sure to use the discount code IN_321. Use that at Estes when you shop. Go get some rocket stuff. But yeah, we're gonna have to get this fixed up. Wow, first launch of the day, hit the ground. Parachute did not open. So let's continue. Model Rocks 321. Subscribe, guys. All right, guys, next up, we got the Nike smoke. As you just saw, my Little Joe 2 hit the ground, man. That was a restored one, so I'm gonna have to fix it up again, but we will get that flying again one day. Be sure to subscribe and use that discount code. Check the links below. All kind of stuff going on here. Also on Instagram and TikTok, everything is Model Rocks 321. Use that Estes discount. Get you guys something cool. Model Rocks 321. Here we go. We got the Nike smoke going on a D12.5. Going on a D12.5, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Way up there on a D12.5, out of sight. Watch for the tracking smoke. And there it is. And it's coming down over. It's way up. It's kind of high. That thing went pretty high up there. It's pretty high. I kind of know the area. I see the parachute flickering in and out. Hard to see. Hard to see. I see smoke over there. Here. Oh, by separation. Watch your head. Is this it? What I got? Another tangled parachute? Oh man, another parachute. That's the cone. The body should be hitting soon. Watch your head. We got separation. Rough day out here. So it's going to be over that way, wherever the body is. Oh, yeah, to the left. You see it? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can grab that for me. Thanks. So we got a rough day on the field. Wow, what is going on? Look at that. Parachute was rolled up. Oh, what in the world is going on? Rough day. Rough days. Singed, tangled. Everything's happening. Let's see what we got. My friend went and recovered the body for me. Let's see what we got. Rough day. This is a rough day. So you got what? Body. Okay. Yeah. So we got. All right. So there we got the body. Let's see this shock cord. Wow. Snapped. Wow. Yep. Like old elastic got burned through. This got singed. Man, engine's gone. It's out there somewhere. That got kicked out. Had retention on there. Dropped over here somewhere. Yeah. I heard it. Rough day on the field. Model Rocks 321. And here's the motor. I see it right here. How lucky am I to spot that? There's the D12.5. Rough day, guys. That's 2 failures, pretty much. 2 failures. Engine got kicked out. This is rocketry. Rough day so far, but we still got some more to go, guys. My Rock 321. Be sure to subscribe. All right, guys. My Rock 321. It's one of those rough kind of days so far. Lil Joe 2, and then my Nike Smoke. I'm flying scale, but they're having some trouble. So next up, we're gonna go with the Scissor Wing Transport. This is one of my all-time favorites. Rocket glider, takes off like a rocket, transforms into a glider. So let's get that happening right now. It goes on a C63. So it's model Rockets 321. Here we go. We got the Scissor Wing Transport, gonna be going on a C63. We are gonna do this. Let's watch for that nice transformation. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes, and that pop should happen. There we go. We got a nice glide. We got parachute and glide. There it is. Check it out. That makes up for those 2 horrible crashes. Yay! Check out that nice glide. Don't go in that tree though. It's a small tree. And touchdown of the glider, and we have the booster right here touchdowning. Perfection. There we go. That's what you want. Yeah, that makes up for those 2 crashes. I'll take that all day long. It's my Rock 321, the Scissor Wing Transport. Did what it was supposed to do. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Yeah. It's my Rock 321, guys. Be sure to subscribe, hit that thumb up button. Now let's go over here and find our glider sitting here tucked away. Okay, some nice little rolls for me too, tucked away in these bushes. Check them out. Check them out. That makes a nice photo right there. Yeah, so that was a great one, guys. That made up for those 2 crashes as far as I'm concerned. We still got one more to fly though. We're gonna go with a little more power. I got my doorknob coming up on an E22 White Lightning motor, so we're gonna get a nice flight out of that one, I'm sure. But the Scissor Wing Transport came through for me. Nice flight. Model Rockets 321. All right, guys, you just saw the Scissor Wing Transport do its thing. Best flight of the day so far. This will be the last flight right here. I got my scratch-built doorknob. It's going to be going on the E22. No, on a D22 for White Lightning, one of the QJet motors. Should be a nice flight. So we're going to get this going right now. So here we go. We got the doorknob, and we are going to go on the D22 for White Lightning. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, way up there whistling. Hear that whistle? Yeah. That's nice. And we got parachute. The doorknob did its thing. Everything still is attached. Coming down nice and slow. Check it out, the doorknob. The doorknob is coming home. Check out the doorknob doing its thing. Great launch.
That's freaking awesome.
Last 2 launches of the day are a success. Coming down, coming home. The doorknob, there we go, on a D22-4. Guys, you can buy yourself a doorknob at Estes. Use my discount code. Mine scratch built, but you guys can get yourself one. Coming down, about to touch down. The doorknob doing its thing. And there we go. And home. Touchdown of the doorknob. My Rock 321, guys, another launch video in the books. This is the last flight for today. That's all I gotta say. And I see damage. What happened? Where'd a piece of that fin go? Did it get blown off in here? What a day. Still a good launch, but a piece of the fin is gone. Wow, where'd that go? I mean, that's an easy fix, but you know, it didn't land. That happened. I wonder if during ejection it swung around and hit it. Wow. Well, still a great day launching my Rock 321. When you do this hobby, you will have great days, or you'll have days like this where I'm gonna have some stuff to fix now. Look at that, it's easy to trace. This is an easy fix, really. You just do the pattern, put that on there, you figure it out, boom, and you can put that on there and no one will ever know. I mean, the way I build, no one will know. But my Rocks 321, guys. Great flight of the doorknob overall, though. That was a great flight. Little points lost on that fin. So there you have it. Be sure to subscribe. Check the links below. Use the discount code. And we will catch you on another video. Stay tuned for the debriefing. Let's talk about this. All right, what a day, what a day. This was a rough one. The first two flights ended in tragedy. Third one was good, the best one of the day, and the last one was okay, but we'll get right to it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you skipped ahead, which you shouldn't be doing, go and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumb up button. So let's get started. So to start the day out, I flew my restored K30 Little Joe 2. Now this rocket is an old, this is just a printout of the old face card of the 1966 Little Joe 2 when it first came out, K30 version. It could have been the second year, but it's definitely the older one. I found this, I purchased it on eBay. I pretty much restored it back up, got it to a nice condition. Very decent. It wasn't one of my best ones because the wrap had some blemishes. I had to do some things, and it's just the corrugated sections weren't as deep as the ones I replaced when I did my scratch build. The ones when I built my scratch build, it wasn't the same. So overall, I got it to a really decent spot. I got the rocket back pretty accurately scaled. Added some details to it. Came out really nice. I replaced the original capsule with something that was more accurate. I got the one from Apogee, and you guys saw how I did the little base on another video. I showed how you can create a base to hold your harness. This is basically a tester's can. If you missed that video, go back and check that one out. So that was the deal. So rocket was set up to fly on a C65, I believe. Where we got here? I think it was C65. Yeah, had it set up to fly on a C65 engine. It boosted nice and straight, very nice launch. And as I was looking, I noticed tangled parachute. Not sure how that happened. I repacked the parachute. I had my some wadding down in there. But this big parachute, I was running a 24-inch parachute. I wanted a nice big one for a very slow descent. I wanted the rocket to come down really slow. And it got singed, and that's what held it together. I think there were one of the shroud lines kind of crossed up too, so it was just bad. This parachute gave me issues before, and I should not use it. I think this parachute is cursed. I'm not going to use it anymore, man, because it's just getting all wonky from these burns. You can see these burns on there, and when I went and recovered it, there was a piece, it was singed together. I think you saw that a little bit earlier. It had a singe, if I recorded that piece. And apologies on that launch video. The camera, it's on a gimbal. The gimbal's really smooth, but it was just stuck, like pointing in the wrong direction. I was trying to track the rockets. I really couldn't be following it all like that. So damage came down, hit the ground. All these three fins are good. This is an easy fix. And one thing, guys, I'm not upset. I'm not crying about this. All this stuff can be fixed. It's just cardboard, paper, plastic, easy fixes. Yeah, it was 1966. Yeah, I spent money on it, but it will be fixed. Decal kind of coming up. Something that got a little ding there, but this will be a flyer. This will be a nice flyer once it's all fixed back up. Yeah, this fin popped off, as you can see right here. I'll get that back fixed, no problem. Let me get this parachute off here now. I'm not going to ever use this one again. I'm gonna go to a ripstop nylon for this. I'm gonna have to go ahead and order. I have to order some parachutes. I actually need a couple, so I'm gonna find some ripstop. Yeah, this is done. I'm pretty much gonna trash this. I'm gonna take the screw eye. This parachute has given me problems before. I like their big, because this is nice, but this is the softer plastic that wants to pop out. It's not one that wants to stay. But apparently you have to put a lot more wadding. I'm going to be loading up on more wadding inside the rockets. But I'm going to get this bird back up. Since this is done, I'm going to just cut this right here right now. I'm not even going to waste time. So this is done. That shroud line, I'm not going to, it's all done. Sometimes you got to be done with something. This one's given me issues before on my executioner, or was it my, I think it was either my executioner or my Super Alpha, my upscaled Alpha 1, Astron Alpha. I made a bigger version. But yeah, probably should have cut it. Like probably should have looped it. But yeah, those shroud lines, all that whole thing, I'm gonna just let all that go. Like sometimes it's good to just be done with something. You know, even trying to save it and none of that. So I'm done with this. Done with this parachute. So the trash is right there. Goodbye, goodbye, sir. You served well a few times, but lately been issues. So I'll put this. I'm gonna put this inside. And put this shock cord inside. Running all Kevlar, man. It was a nice straight flight. I have some nose weight in there, and it was like great flight. Super scale. Ejection happened at apogee. I was counting to 5. I saw the puff, but then I didn't see that big parachute open. And then it got the tumbling down, tumbling. You guys caught the end of it when it hit. So now to look at the capsule. Yeah, the capsule actually, I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out because it's on these pegs. Actually, I still see the pegs like it came out, and there's a gap here now where a piece of, yeah, this is loose. There's a gap there. That piece is gone. It's probably on the ground. I should have looked closer. This piece came apart right here. So I'm gonna have to do some repairing. This is all fixable. At least it's all there. That's not, like I said, this is a lot better than it, like, you know, a lot better than it could have been. So I'm just have to find out where it was lined up at and just get a system, get this built back up, and be stay in frame. Do better with that. And get a little arm built back on this lattice structure here. And we'll be flying again. I mean, it's just pretty much the tower and a fin. And other than some cosmetic stuff, I can get this decal back on there, get it fixed up. And yeah, so this should be an easy fix as well. But that was the Little Joe flight, and the engine was hanging out. So I'm gonna have to check some of my stuff here. Like the engine was, I don't know if it was just from hitting the ground, but the engine hook is, yeah, I see a little clearance issue. Oh yeah, I see. So I may have to start running tape around here too, just to keep that engine in place. I'll run tape around this base, just a little piece of half-inch tape. Just run that around there to keep the engine in, because it was hanging out. It was on the ground, and the engine was kind of sticking out. So I don't want, hopefully that didn't happen. It was like this on the ground. So that'll be something I'm gonna look out for. So I want to get this one fixed up fairly quick so we can get back in the air and have a successful flight of the Joe 2, the QTV version, or the KTV, or the K30 version, the very old school, and before the A1001 launches. So the Apollo Little Joe 2 suffered. That was the first launch. It kind of set the day up for something kind of yucky, like, oh my goodness. So that was that. Next launch, I'm keeping it with scales. I want to fly more scale. Was an older, I acquired this kit. It wasn't my build. Was an older but decent Nike Smoke. I'm not sure if it's the Quest version or the Estes version. Again, I had a good amount of, I know wadding was all the way in this tube, all the way up to the parachute. I don't know. The ejection happened. I'm looking around for what's going on. I really didn't see the parachute open. My friend spotted the body tube way to the, that would have been to our north. He spotted the body tube fluttering down. Here's the system that's designed here. Oh, this is not Estes. This is, I think Quest does this type of shock cord material. You can see it snapped there. We also got a singed parachute. It was a pretty decent nylon one. Somewhat singed, yeah, some stuff. I made sure it was packed well. Normally you can get this unroll method usually works once it takes air. But had slight singe, it stayed all attached. I typically don't pack parachutes like that. I usually pack them with the shroud lines inside and then fold it over and then rolled. Just one roll usually. You let it just rest in there. It's usually about that wide or that long. So that's what took place. Yep, snapped right there. You can see where it's all frayed. Either burned or snapped. I believe it was snapped. I think that charge fired out of there. Yeah, look at that. Actually, there's burns there too. So yeah, so if you look close, you'll see burns on that. So heat got to it. Boom. Parachute got a little singe. Those lines got some singe on them. And like I said, I had a lot of wadding. This was just not the day. But this is still, I think these are still strong. This is probably still a good parachute. I'm in the mood to throw some stuff away, so I better. All right, so I think we're good. I think we're good here. This parachute should be fine. But love the Nike Smoke. Good rocket. I'm gonna take this parachute off here. Oh, it's just looped on. No, I'm not. I'm gonna deal with that later. But like I said, guys, I typically pack. I'll get everything going like that. This is just a real quick way. I typically pack like this, and I have my shroud lines in the inside, and I go across, And if I can get away with the one fold like that, if I can get away with that, and then I'll go in. So that way when it pops out, it's ready to go. Like, don't take too much time to catch air. But for this one, this parachute has a little more bulk. So I had did the shroud lines on the outside. I had went with kind of like a roll, and it was really loose too. I went with the roll, and I literally wasn't layering the shroud lines on top of each other too much. But these shroud lines are really long on this parachute. They're really long. Like, this is really long. I don't even know where I got this parachute from, actually. So it was going like that. And yeah, just D12. That was on a D12.7, a D12.5 actually. So yeah, just a rougher day, man. Just a rougher day. This happens, and like I said, no sympathy at all. I don't need it. I'm cool. Like, they're just rockets. You can always build them, fly them again. But you know, I like successful launches. You know, like anyone would. But the Nike Smoke is a great rocket. Now, this rocket I acquired, and then it was kind of my fault too on retention. I had a little piece of tape on the edge that was holding it in, and then I taped on the outside of this little rim. I don't like this at all. I prefer an engine hook myself. There's no block in there. Yeah, there's no engine block, so you can put a pretty long motor in there. You can probably fit an E motor in there, but it hauled off the pad really nice and straight too. Really nice and straight. So it was in like that, but the motor got kicked out, I guess, on ejection. That was found, as you saw in the video. But great flight, but overall, that was a failure. Multiple levels, like everything breaking apart. So I get that. Very low points, if there was a point system for this. Very low separation, parachute singed, everything. So that's rocketry. So after that, I had my Little Joe 2, Nike Smoke. So that was 2 bad launches in a row. Then we moved to the Scissor Wing Transport. It was supposed to be all scale first, and then I was going to save the Scissor Wing for last. But something told me to go ahead and get with the Scissor Wing Transport. So I got the Scissor Wing Transport ready. Flew on a C63, which is still in here. And this is an older C63 too, an older one. Beautiful launch, beautiful. It took off, it took its little arch over trajectory, then pop, you could hear the pop. And it did that transformation like that. Once it did that, the glider just started doing nice circles. It was really cool, great, best flight of the day. It landed in those scrubs over there. Great flight. Love this rocket. This is like definitely one of my favorite designs of all time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Tim Van Milligan from Apogee Components designed this when he was at Estes. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what I either read or heard. So great rocket. I never painted the body again. I just left it. Everything's working. It's working beautifully. But yeah, went and landed in the bush, booster section. Parachute came out. So this was perfection. That was a great flight of the day. Then follow that up with my doorknob, scratch built. This rocket is several years old. It's probably getting close to 10 years old. I scratch built this from Rocket to the World. I followed the plan, the designs. I looked at some old photos, and I just did it. Then Estes came out with it later. Mine has these openings. I found out those were openings that was cut in the tube. And when this one hauls off, you can hear it whistling. Like, it's pretty cool. As the wind passed through, it always whistles. And I flew that on the D22-4. Leaped off the pad, nice, beautiful launch. Parachute was out, everything was just going great until I got to the rocket. And I noticed a shark up in the sky took a big bite out of the fin. A shark, there's a shark up there. Bit it, and we could not find it. I looked all over. This is an easy fix. It'll probably actually fly like this too. It'll probably fly. I'm pretty sure it'll still fly. But I'm just going to get a piece of balsa, and I'm going to just map out, off this one. I want to make this piece again. I'm going to get it, just find a nice angle to get something to pair up and match it. And I'm going to get it glued back on and painted and all done up. So this will be repaired. It'll be nice. It'll be nice again. But this is the first damage this rocket ever suffered. So we searched and searched and searched, just looking for it. Start finding burnt wadding, which I kept collecting. I kept putting it in here. The wadding's in there. I don't want to pull it out right now. But whatever I found. And then I found at the top was pieces that were less burnt. Down low was all the burned stuff, and up top, the sheets of wadding I had were good. But we searched and searched and couldn't find that little piece out there. But it's no big deal. It's like I said, it's a piece of balsa. You can see where a shark bit it, and it went away and just disappeared. Couldn't find it. But it'll be fixed. It'll be flying again. Good day. It was fun. A couple tragedies. The Joe looking damaged. Sorry, little fella. Very old one, but we'll get you back up in the air. Everything was, you know, good day. It's always a good day when you can get out there and fly rockets. Everybody know that. Even if you have small tragedies here and there, it's part of it. Like you when you do this enough, you're gonna get days that are perfect. You'll get days where you'll have one that goes bad. You'll get days where sometimes they can all go bad. I've had those days, but today was. I'm glad for the scissor wing transport because a little more had to happen for that to work. It wasn't just a pop-up parachute. That was, you know, parachute, and you had to get your glide. So that went great. But I'm gonna get all this fixed up at some point. Should be pretty soon. But while I was out there a while ago, if you saw one of my previous launch videos, I had lost my altimeter for a little while. And while I was searching, I found the little, I guess the little wadding sack that I had the altimeter in. So I had created this little piece. The altimeter was in here, and I wrapped tape around it. When it separated, I never found this part until today, but I found the altimeter, of course, and I found that right there. This piece of wadding, so it's just a little wadding with tape. But that was found out there. That's just a lesson. Like if you fly at the same place, you can sometimes find your older stuff when you're looking for something else. So that's what happened today. But yeah, so that was the launch for the day, guys. As you just saw, Lojo 2, the Nike Smoke, doorknob, 2 sounding rockets I flew, and scissor wing transport, which was a super performer. And that was the launch video for the day, guys. Subscribe to the channel. If you get value out of this in any way, check some stuff I'm gonna be posting deals I find. Like if I find cheap rockets or good rockets, be checking the community section. I'm gonna put them in there. Shop, man. Get yourself some rocket stuff. Get a gift as a rocket. Give yourself. If I find good deals, I'll put them on there. And that's what I want to say. Sometimes rockets go out of production. So the ones I'm putting on there are selective, like, are considered classics, or I think it's going to be the new classics, because sometimes I've seen rockets you think they're going to be around, they go out of production. Next thing you know, they're flying way up high on the, no pun intended, on eBay. The prices go way up sky high. So take advantage. I'm going to be posting some stuff like that, and I'll let you guys know what's going on. It's ModelRocks321. Use the discount code. Check the links. Support the channel in any way you can. And I appreciate a guy by the name of Mike. Appreciate you for sending me that rocket. Man, I appreciate you. All right, you guys. ModelRocks321.